Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Trey, the world is awaiting the next James Bond actor. And one of the interesting things that came up is a trailer came out with Henry Cavill and Margot Robbie. And this was not a real promo piece for James Bond. It was one that was constructed with a lot of old clips, a little bit of AI. And what's interesting is a lot of people have been pulling for Henry Cavill, myself included, but this video generated and it showed what you can do a little bit with fake clips and AI. It's been seen millions of times. So what are your thoughts on who should be the next James Bond?
I can't think of anybody better than Henry Cavill. Now, they may end up going with somebody cheaper, maybe like yourself, just to save a little money. But if they want somebody who's a surefire box office hero, why not Henry? He's proven he can be Superman. I'm not even sure why he's not Superman anymore. I can't remember what the story on that was, but he played the role very well. And James Bond has a similar way of carrying himself. So it's an easy transition. Now, would he as an actor want to get away from the action roles and stay away from the superhero roles in order to somehow not be typecast as just simply a superhero actor? I don't know. Obviously, he's trained to do some serious acting, although it really has not held Tom Cruise back when he switched from dramatic roles to action roles and back and forth. So I can't think of a reason not to go with Henry Cavill, but they may find some undiscovered gem that I've never heard of that just knocks everybody's socks off. I guess Daniel Craig was probably an unknown when they chose him as James Bond.
Yeah, and what I like about Henry Cavill is he's about a foot taller than Daniel Craig. But you look at these guys like Timothy Dalton that did 2 James Bonds and then they were out. I think if the worst thing that ever happened to you was you got recognized as the greatest James Bond actor like Sean Connery, or if there was a debate between Sean Connery or Daniel Craig, that's not a bad argument to be in. So worried about whether or not you're going to get typecast in some sort of role is kind of ridiculous. James Bond is, it's a character that will live on beyond any of their dumb roles that they've been in. Nobody's ever going to remember the fact that Robert Downey Jr. won an Oscar for Oppenheimer. If you asked most people what he won an Oscar for, they would say Iron Man. I mean, that's not true, but you would have thought that. So I think they've got to go with the people's choice in this. I know that some of the ones that they're considering are like Aaron Taylor Johnson, except that good actor, really good actor, nice looking guy, could probably be a James Bond with a haircut, but I think his wife's 15, 20 years older than him. I think Theo James would be interesting. There's a lot of good actors out there, but Henry Cavill, I mean, how do it's probably the only person that could beat James Bond as Superman.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.